Safest car in Australia, period. Doesn't matter what type of car it is this. And a massive boatload of these have just landed here in Australia. I'm thinking it might be time. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. Thank you for tuning in and for subscribing to the channel. Tesla Model Y. It's already been tested in Europe. It's been tested in the US. It's got the highest safety scores. It is actually the safest car in the world, or at least it was until the Tesla Model S was tested in Europe. Now that is the safest car in the world. But okay, mainstream car, this is it. It's the safest. Now the new Tesla Model S hasn't yet been tested in Australia, but the Model Y has been, and it scored the highest safety scores in history. It's the safest car you can buy in Australia, period. It's really not actually even close. When looking at weighted scores across the 4 testing areas, the Tesla Model Y came out on top with a score of 92.6%. The next closest car this year in 2022 in Australia was the Lexus NX. That got an overall score of 89%. Now, surprisingly, in third place was another Chinese car. Of course, the Model 3 was tested the previous year, so it's not counted in these scores. Third place, LDV MIFA electric van, which got a score of 87.4%. However, when it comes to EVs in Australia, Tesla completely dominates the market. Yeah, BYD's come, and that's good. That's brought a bit of a bit of another option for people who want to buy a cheaper EV. I've got a BYD Atto 3. I bought one of those. But I have to say, in my driving of the Model Y and the BYD Atto 3, clearly the Model Y is definitely, you pay more, you do get more. However, a ship carrying well over 4,000 new Teslas is set to dock in New South Wales before Christmas. Kind of a nice Christmas present for a lot of people who've ordered a new Tesla Model Y. It's by far the best-selling electric car here in Australia this year. This news comes from established Tesla shipping tracker Vita Prime, which claims 12 ships have arrived carrying Teslas during the fourth quarter of this year. 12 ships just to Australia. I mean, we only sell 1 million cars per year for our entire car market. A 13th ship is scheduled to arrive but won't dock until the first quarter of 2023. MSC Immaculata, carrying Teslas and no other vehicles at all, is en route to Port Kembla after a stop in Brisbane and is set to dock on the 21st of December, meaning, 2 days ago. The shipping tracker says that 4,000, in fact more than 4,000 vehicles are on board this one ship, and it will beat the entire first year of Model 3s shipped to Australia in just one single shipment. You can see the Model Y is just way more popular here in Australia than the Model 3. It's unclear when customer deliveries of this shipment will begin or how many vehicles were on the other 11 ships that docked in Australia in this single quarter. This is crazy. 12 ships with Tesla cars coming to Australia. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Tesla can become one of the top 10 best-selling car manufacturers in Australia next year. I think it's highly likely. 17,328 Tesla sales have been recorded in VFACTS this year, consisting of 9,000 Model 3 sedans and 8,257 Model Y SUVs. But clearly, once we see the full reporting for the year, Model Y will be well and truly the best-selling EV here in Australia. Tesla said earlier this year it was looking to be more evenly spread out its deliveries over a quarter, and its monthly sales figures in the second half of this year will have certainly been more consistent. And one of the reasons for this, Tesla's ramped production massively at their factory in China from producing around, I believe, 15,000 cars per week to 23,000 per week from one factory. That's the most productive EV factory in the world, period. Instead of seesawing from a sizable number of sales to virtually none in the following month, Tesla recorded 2,200 sales in November here in Australia, 1,805 of which were Model Ys, plus 1,109 in October and 5,970 in September. The latter was its highest volume month in 2022. The first year it has reported sales in VFACTS, it started doing so in March. Though 2022 has already proved to be Tesla's best year for sales in Australia, The company has had to contend with COVID-19 lockdowns in China, where Australia market Model 3 and Model Ys are being built. Those lockdowns have interrupted supply chains and forced Tesla to briefly close their Shanghai plant. Really, it was closed for around 4 weeks, but it was production constrained for an additional month. Tesla said in a release in its second quarter financial and production results that it was focused on a record-breaking second half of 2022 in terms of vehicle production. Tesla Inc. chair Robin Denholm, an Australian, also said in July she wouldn't be surprised if the number of Teslas on Australian roads doubled by the end of the year, quoting a figure of 26,500 of the brand's vehicles already on local roads. In other words, she thinks that Tesla will sell around 27,000 EVs here in Australia this year, which is a massive figure. It means that Tesla still controls the electric vehicle market in Australia. To double its existing fleet, it actually would need to sell 30,000 vehicles this year. And considering it sold 17,000 through the first 11 months, that doesn't seem likely. But that said, all these ships coming all at once could be a huge sales figure for Tesla in December. Tesla's Shanghai plant can produce around 1.2 million cars annually, making it the highest capacity electric vehicle plant in the world by a pretty significant margin. Second highest, of course, is the Fremont factory, but that's it. Tesla's Gigafactory in Texas it's nearly twice the size of their factory in China. So once they start ramping production there in Texas, we're going to see an insane number of vehicles coming from that factory. But what I'm actually most interested in is the new battery packs coming from Tesla. The new CATL battery packs, I've reported on those on the channel. I think they're coming in probably the second quarter of 2023. They're going to show a pretty big improvement in Tesla's vehicles. But I also think Tesla are working on the Model 2 in China. And I'm really excited to see that come. I think we're going to see what that looks like within the next 6 months. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, my friends, have a great day. Bye-bye.